Good morning. Nope. Nope. Let's see if we get that working. Damn it. Jeez. Another day. Okay. I think the mic's working. Yeah. Good morning. Oh, it's been a crazy night, guys. Good morning. Crypto Chaos. Good morning. It's the day. SpaceX launches, of course, today, guys. We've been waiting for this moment for the last 3 weeks. Here we go. How's it going, guys? Good morning. Another morning of chaos. It's going to be a big one today, too. I had to start a few minutes early just to kind of get through all of the, of course, babble this morning. Good morning, Cliff. Good morning, EZ. Good morning, G-Dog. Good morning, Gamma Goddess, Strawberry Dragons, of course, our favorite flavor of dragon, and McFreedom. Good morning, McFreedom. How's it going, Brave? How's it going? Good morning, Chaos family. All right, guys. All right, let's get down and dirty because there's a lot to cover out the gate this morning. I do have to get this off my chest, though. I just slept through a tornado. I haven't gone outside yet. Apparently, it did touch down in my city, so I had to figure out what happened. It was not a fun night, guys. It was not a fun night. All right. Let's see what's going on over here. 1600 on Ethereum, and the big one, of course, that's Bitcoin sitting at 63,400. Still doing the thing, still on the, of course, the edge, possibly to pull back a little bit lower. But we're on the day, of course, of massive liquidity crunch. Overall market cap right now sitting at, I think, 2.17. So we're kind of right down the middle, right? Somewhere down the middle between where we have, of course, hit before in the past, and right on top of our target we hit, of course, back into the beginning of the year back in February, where Bitcoin only hit 59,900. And again, the low for the year is 59,000, almost flat. It's like 59,100, right? That's pretty much where we are right now with Bitcoin. This could be our market, of course, a bear case scenario bottom, and we could continue after this, or more pain could come after this as a ban, of course, announced, released, and all the liquidity, of course, finds a new home after this event. Let's take a look and see what Doomberg has to say this morning. A lot of babble.
Well, coming up, the countdown is underway. SpaceX trades today after raising $75 billion in what is the largest IPO ever.
Shadow markets
$100 billion.
Elon Musk on the brink of becoming the world's first trillionaire.
And hopes for peace are also helping boost sentiment across markets today as the U.S. and
Trump
Iran
says again, soon.
Closer.
When will then
A nice alignment there. The market seems to be primed for some kind of a bounce today. Stocks to watch. Well, we're looking at the AI trade ahead of that SpaceX debut. Shares popped earlier on the prospect of a US-Iran deal, which seemed more likely than ever after the president said yesterday he was going to put off a third round of strikes last night, and a deal was close.
It could happen any day now, 2 or 3 days, something like that. We've been telling you now for 2 or 3 days. You guys know the same drill. He stopped the bombing last night, of course. The only thing we're moving right now is on the promises we've heard from our U.S. president for, of course, the entirety of the year. All right, moving on, continuing, of course, into the SpaceX launch narrative.
Well, there is usually some setting of the price, but to your point, why at that level? I think that's probably where they thought they could get the best deal. And again, we'll find out today when it opens how much it goes up. And I get your point because the shadow markets are showing a little bit of a higher premium to that. And that, you know, the murmur among traders is it could fly, given how much it's been subscribed. But I don't.
Here's a look at the NASDAQ market site right now. Elon Musk poised to become the first trillionaire if SpaceX stock closes above 2% higher today after its IPO. Let's discuss with Bloomberg Business Week columnist Max Chafkin. He's
ridiculous. Only 2% today. And yeah, Elon Musk officially the first world trillionaire.
I mean, again, this is my worry, that there's going to be a spike. You're going to see some beneficiaries with it, especially like the Googles who have a stake in it, especially some of the other tangent plays, especially the neo clouds, because then it's showing, again, that's where the capacity constraints are. And we're going to have maybe a gamma squeeze as well, because we have the froth has come out in the last 2 weeks. We've all seen that.
So now the numbers coming out are saying that only 20% are expected, of course, to be retail, and less than 10% is going to be, of course, the foreign market investing into SpaceX. I know we had that 30% in the back of our heads, and we were talking about that for the last 2 weeks for retail alone. That's probably still the case anyway, as of this morning.
Well, coming up here, Elon Musk poised to become the world's first trillionaire. Musk's worth would be more than the GDP of Taiwan. Dig into his prospects going forward. This is Bloomberg Open Interest.
Of course, the largest semiconductor nation. Insane. All right, this is so much banter, guys.
The U.S. and Iran are edging closer to signing an agreement to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, according to senior officials. The deal could be signed next week during the G7 summit near Geneva. Bloomberg Washington correspondent Tyler Kendall has the details. What changed right before the market closed yesterday, Tyler? It suddenly seemed that the president was a lot more enthusiastic, and then Mayor came out this morning and gave somewhat of support to what the president had said.
Right, Vonnie, we're tracking a few different developments today, but the overarching theme here is that G7 officials tell Bloomberg News that a senior Iranian official last night did indicate that a deal is likely. There seems to be this renewed hope that they are getting towards a diplomatic solution, though our reporting does caution that Iran has not said that it is ready to sign just yet and that any agreement still needs Iran's supreme leader's approval. Now, we've been tracking that the two sides are working towards a memorandum of understanding that would first seek to extend the ceasefire by 60 days. Then we would see a reopening of the Strait of Hormuz prioritized within the first 30 days and the U.S. lift its naval blockade. Once those components are in place, then we could expect those longer-term discussions around what potential curbs to Iran's nuclear program would look like. But we got to...
You know what's so weird, because this is lining up to Trump's original statement. It was like 2 or 3 months ago. He said that the Strait of Hormuz could be closed to like November. I'm like, and here we are. We're getting closer and closer every day. Another 60 days plus another 30 days for the reopening of Strait of Hormuz. That's like 3 more months. That's like 3 more months. We're talking about September now, right? October, possibly. This is crazy, crazy, crazy. All right.
Goldman Sachs President John Waldron says a record-breaking SpaceX IPO has investors racing to fund the future. He spoke exclusively to Bloomberg TV's Francine Lacqua earlier today.
Yeah, people saying we're racing to fund the future, racing to fund hope.
Someone, insisted that he was a trillionaire, I guess a little prematurely. So this is, he has been focused on his net worth, even if he says he's not focused on material wealth.
Let me stick with...
All right, of course, yes, we're looking at the first trillionaire possibly by the end of today. All right, guys, so yeah, that's what the biggest, of course, narrative this morning is, of course, SpaceX launching here in about 2 minutes at the open bell. Yeah, we're going to get into that here in a second. Some of the headlines we have, again, U.S. proposes Iran deal would reopen the Strait of Hormuz and lift oil sanctions. Iran state media says the 14-point document reportedly includes a commitment to the Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz within 30 days. The Bloomberg report of the deal could be signed as soon as Sunday in Switzerland, ahead of the G7 summit, of course, on Monday. So this could be a good weekend, guys. This could be a good weekend. Global stocks surged on Friday in hopes of a peace deal would be reached. We already saw that, of course, happen yesterday, based on some of the rhetoric from Trump at a couple of his meetings. We do have SpaceX. Gwen Shotwell had IPO doubts for years, and now she has a message for investors. Maybe stay away for now. That's my message.
What are you, stupid?
Maybe not jump on in with the FOMO on day one. SpaceX is hitting the NASDAQ Friday, of course. Gwen Shotwell, long Elon Musk, second in command. SpaceX spoke exclusively at CNBC. I wasn't sure we would go public. Actually feels like the right time now. Is it though? Is it? I guess so. All right. SpaceX IPO live. May Musk arrives at NASDAQ. Protesters set up in Times Square. Really? We got protesters? Oh, jeez, really? Elon Musk reusable rocket company said in the filing of the Securities and Exchange Commission late Thursday it's raising $75 billion. JP Morgan Chase Musk said on a JP Morgan Chase live stream before the IPO, SpaceX had been a cash flow positive. I gotta get going, guys. About a minute left to go. He said he wanted to take SpaceX public and now raise capital for a significant growth phase, with plans to put over 100,000 satellites in orbit for communications. From what I've heard, we're not gonna be like building those and launching them from Earth anymore. We're gonna be just like launching them into space through like a railgun or something. Like on the moon, like on a moon base. We got $10 super chat coming in from Maximus Diamond Hands. Thank you so much, Max. Thank you. It's been so long since I had a super chat. I forgot where my button went. Thank you. Thank you. Gotta watch the SpaceX launch with the Chaos Crew. Thank you so much, Max. Thank you. Yes, I agree. I agree with you, and I appreciate all, of course, you guys who want to watch it with me. All right, let's jump over there. We got to hit it right now. Geopolitics. They're going to be out in about 30 seconds, of course, covering SpaceX launch on Bloomberg. Okay, that looks like Brave Herman Films. Good morning. Happy Joy also here, guys. Happy Joy.
I don't think you're happy enough. I'll teach you to be happy.
Of course, Joy's in the house. Happy Friday, guys. Happy Friday. Much love to me and, of course, the rest of the Chaos Crew. Thank you so much, Joyce. Let's get it, guys. 20 seconds.
We're taking a look here at futures just seconds before the market opens today, and we see a lot of green on the screen, not by a huge magnitude here, but so much interest and enthusiasm for what SpaceX is going to do in just a few minutes' time. That is begin trading on the NASDAQ. Of course, we've seen a lot of stocks rise in concert with that, particularly the Magnificent Seven stocks. Taking a lot of the
liquidity comes back after 24 hours.
SpaceX going forward here. Looking at the bell ringing today, a disparity, of course. One has to say that. Fifth Third Bank ringing the bell at the New York Stock Exchange. Yay for Fifth Third Bank, but of course our primary focus is on SpaceX and what's happening at the NASDAQ. Yes, in New York City, down in Times Square, but also in Texas, where Elon Musk is addressing his legions of fans and investors as well, ahead again of the start of trade here on Wall Street. Vonnie, over to you, as I know you have some stocks to watch on this Friday morning.
You were talking about the Mag 7, David Ben Emmons talking about the Orbital 7 today, right? And of course they have overtaken all of the other 7s by a long shot just over the last few weeks alone, with several of them up several hundred% over the last year. These particular stocks, though, are AI related because, of course, the AI trade is back with the SpaceX debut. Shares popping earlier on the prospect of a US-Iran deal as well. Now, the gains have since subsided, except for Alphabet, which, of course, has a major stake in SpaceX and basically benefits if SpaceX does well. And even if it doesn't, Alphabet just stands to win either way, David.
Yeah, I want to point to some space-linked stocks ahead of that SpaceX debut, ahead of when SpaceX begins to trade. Market liquidity top of mind for investors as they free up capital from mega debuts from SpaceX, OpenAI, and Anthropic. Look, at the top of the show, just about half an hour ago, it was a mixed picture. Now we see a lot of those stocks down. Again, I think there's just a level of, I don't want to call it anxiety, but a moment to wait and see sort of how this kicks off for SpaceX. But as we'll talk about over the course of the next hour and a half,
what do you think, guys? What do you think?
Really a lot of companies involved in this industry watching very closely as this debut happens on the NASDAQ.
And as you might imagine, he's actually live streaming this on X right now as well. There's going to be a lot of cross-platform advertising.
Cross-platform, exactly. All right, joining us now is Principal Asset Management Chief Global Strategist Seema Shah. She is here with us, along with Ed Ludlow, of course, the anchor at Bloomberg Tech, who remains with us here on set in New York as well. Seema, let me just start with a broad question just about how you're feeling about all of this. You can talk about SpaceX, get some specific if you'd like, but clearly there is so much optimism, hope. I said hopes and dreams just a moment ago. How are you thinking about this day in markets?
Yeah, hi. It's it's an interesting day. There's as you said, hopes and dreams, I think, is the right way of putting it. And actually, I've never felt more irrelevant as a macro strategist as I today with given SpaceX. But overall, I think the broad market sentiment is positive. It has had a very deserved pickup. We've seen the last couple of weeks amongst clients, you have had some pessimism really starting to creep in around the Iran war. So today, very good news on that front. And I think at least takes away some of the fears, even if it doesn't necessarily give the market a very significant boost at this stage.
Just on that point, Seema, it did seem to be a huge U-turn yesterday, just before the market closed, right, that the president came out and said he was calling off what would have been a third night of strikes. Why should we believe that we're any closer to the Strait reopening today than we were yesterday at this time?
No, absolutely. It's a great question. I think that's a question that everyone is asking themselves. I think one thing that we can say, though, is that just looking at the trend of the conversations is that you haven't seen a real escalation in tension. So even as you have a kind of a war of words, something happens, you don't really see an escalation in terms of the actual military actions. So I think that's giving us some confidence. But I think you're absolutely right that in terms of having a lot of confidence in how sustained this news is going to be, is questionable. And it's one of the reasons why you continue to say...
All right, it looks like Maximus Diamond just said SpaceX just doubled. Let's see if we can throw the ticker on the chart. Why not? Why not? We're here. Might as well do it. Stocks. SpaceX. Redonkulous. Here we go. And it's gone. No chart yet. No chart yet. All right, let's see what other banter is.
4,000. SpaceX employees, past and present, are poised to become millionaires here as a result of this IPO. And I'm curious how you think about the ramifications of that going forward. Yes, there are going to be some very rich people who are calling up their brokers and looking for ever more expensive houses in San Francisco and the surrounding area. But what does it mean for the tech industry very broadly and for the space industry as well?
Yeah, I mean, maybe SEMA sells herself short on, there is a macro level impact here. One thing I would say is that SpaceX employees over a number of years have had multiple liquidity opportunities because SpaceX does what's called a tender, offers the opportunity for insiders to sell shares to give them liquidity, but none of them left. They're still there. The thesis that's presented to me by the most loyal investors of SpaceX is that those millionaires don't sort of go to the beach for the rest of their lives. They don't ditch SpaceX when the lockup ends. They become venture capitalists or founders themselves. That story already exists in Southern California in particular, where around Hawthorne there is a great ripple effect and an ecosystem of startups literally born out of SpaceX. But yeah, like the macro level effect as well is like, if you could just do this for me, just ask SEMA about it. The point is like, this is the biggest IPO in history. It's just the beginning of SpaceX tapping the capital markets in every guise, you know, and not just SpaceX, everyone.
Yeah, I just want to mention that space-related stocks have taken a turn lower now, and you see the likes of Redwire and Lunar and SATS and so on down 4% and 5% apiece. Now, they did gain quite substantially yesterday, but if you look at Hyperliquid, we're also seeing that premium for SpaceX shares just come off a little bit. So we will be obviously monitoring the situation. It's going to be a volatile day, we know that. Seema, can I come back to you and ask you generally about IPOs? Do you tend to have clients enthusiastic about IPOs, or do you always want to wait until they're included in indexes and until maybe 6 months down the road when, you know, more capital raises or lockups have expired?
Look, I think it's a very, very mixed picture. I mean, with this one specifically, you can imagine that the clients are very, very split on how they feel about it. You've got some which are real believers and are willing to look away from some of the balance sheet numbers, which are concerning, and then you've got others who are really focused on that balance sheet and really don't want to have a look into it. I think the one general positive point, though, that we're getting from everyone is that this is really good news to see this wave of IPOs back into the market, and that just gives a lot of confidence once again to the public market, which I think to some extent had been waning in previous years.
Can I ask you lastly, just to kind of dovetail this with the inflation story, of course, a really big one over the course of this week, aside from the SpaceX story here, but getting that underwhelming read of inflation from the U.S. government, looking at what the ECB did earlier this week, raising rates, sort of help us understand the broader economic moment, the kind of cauldron in which this is happening.
All right, we're going to jump over to Kramer and Friends, see what the banter is over there. We're still having a lot, of course, back and forth here on Doomberg. Let's take a look and see what's going on. S&P 500 gains at the open of the Iran deal. Hopes, of course, the SpaceX IPO enthusiasm, driving the market this morning. Let's see what Kramer and Friends are doing. We got to get into the crypto sentiment too.
Last mile. Maybe that fellow with the degree. Maybe he's.
It's going to be jank again today, guys. I think it's going to be jank again. Damn it! I'm gonna have to use a different browser just for freaking CNBC. Of course, we get this live for free on newslive.com. That's why it's a little janky this morning. Let me see if I can get over here and jump into something else. What else do I have? Maybe this one? Maybe that one? Yeah, maybe this one. Newslive.com. Is it working? I guess it's kind of working. Yeah, it's still a little janky, even on a different browser. Sorry, guys. Sorry, CNBC is just not cooperating this week. Hopefully it's just a driver update or something. I can fix that maybe another time. All right, let's get back over to the overall sentiment right now. Take a look and see what's going on with crypto while we wait for, of course, the market to digest the SpaceX launch. Looks like Bitcoin has had a little bit of course, a point of contingency again at around 63,300. Now being, of course, respected again as resistance coming from the bears. It's not too bad where we are right now. Attempting to break out above, of course, 63.6, and of course, hopefully getting back into 64K again soon. The overall, I guess, move is actually a little bit bullish this morning overall in the books. I could tell you the weather was a lot better than it was last night. If you guys are just joining, I did have a tornado hit, of course, touchdown in my city last night. I still haven't gone outside yet to even assess the damage. But the overall volume is pretty much dead this morning. It's pretty much the lowest we've seen all week. 6.4 against about 6 flat on, of course, the bull versus the bears and the overall volume on Bitcoin today. We can see here in the on the daily, we are printing a little bit higher today again after the American Open and, of course, the foreign market close. We could start to see liquidity come back slowly back into Bitcoin over time after this, of course, main event. We got a clean bounce here on the monthly, hopefully pushing us into the momentum, of course, going higher in the next month. Again, I really want to see us maybe go down a little bit lower, getting us into like max pain before the end of the month, so then we can really shoot back up in the month of July. That's usually how this goes, guys. I've showed you guys so many times being oversold at the end of the month is very opportunistic for, of course, traders going into the following month. All right, again, I think it's like the 26th. Next week is going to be, is it next week? No, we got one more week. Yeah, not next week, but the following week is going to be the final Friday of the month. Of course, options expire in Bitcoin on the 26th. All right, so on the monthly, again, not looking too bad either on the monthly. All the in the last week, we have kind of pushed this, a little bit higher. So I do like pretty much every key level on the month, on the weekly. I mean, building up a bit higher of support for Bitcoin. Again, it only takes about 2 weeks, guys, for us to build a new level of support, and we're almost through that first week, guys. So I mean, we got to get through next week if we can, of course, stay above water, above 59 and 59.6, something like that. For one more week, it's possible we do see, of course, higher prices going into the month of July. And there we go. You can see we're about halfway right now. I could say maybe we skewed this a little bit since we dropped, but as of right now, it's respecting that. Somewhere between next Wednesday and next Friday, we could start to see maybe a break back up into another, of course, level of support. We really just got to flip about 65 into support right now. All right, so that's where we are right now on the short term. Looking bullish. So I do like where we are this morning. Again, after the SpaceX IPO, people are going to get bored with it and move on to something different. Put their money where it just got taken away from within the next few weeks. Right now, 63K flat, getting knocked off that, of course, 63.3 wall, possibly retesting 62 flat or 62.3 within the next 2 hours of intraday trading. All right, let's get back into what's going on here, the overall markets. I'm going to double check what's going on with Bloomberg, talking about this IPO launch. They're on break. NBC is probably still broken.
Monitors here, and people have been very glued into everything that's happening.
Yep, still broken. He just like plays for like 3 seconds and then stops every time I jump over it.
So what are you going to be on the lookout for in the coming couple of hours?
Sometimes it skips
are we still talking about a...
Yeah, it's just so jank. All right. We're going to get over here to take a look and see what's going on in the overall sentiment in crypto and, of course, the stock market. Stock market right now, fear and greed sitting at 32 in fear. Again, off the just hair above extreme fear at about 26 just yesterday. So for them to, of course, be getting closer back to neutral after this launch, and getting closer to possibly a deal, I don't believe it. That's also to remain to be seen. Let's take a look and see what's going on with crypto fear and greed. Again, we're bouncing off these 8, 9, 10 levels, now sitting in 12 in extreme fear. Still in extreme fear, of course, for crypto. Let's take a look and see what's going on with the Dixie this morning. It's been around, sitting around 100 lately, coming down a little bit today, as I guess Trump kind of eases concerns over the war. Yeah, it's just like the same thing, back and forth, back and forth. And then we got Bubbles. The Bubbles, one of the biggest movers today on the wow, Trump coin. Really? Trump coin's gonna be the biggest mover? One of them. Jeez, we got Velvet moving up another 100%. Disgusting. Disgusting. Now up 1,300 after, of course, it hit, broke into the top 100 just the beginning of this week. It was like Tuesday or Wednesday when we first mentioned it. Trump coin is now the second most traded coin right now. 20% up today. Oh my gosh. Again, up 21% on the week. We're looking for assets that are, of course, down the most on the week, at least 15% or more. Doesn't look like anything's really starting to appear to be oversold anymore, guys. It's like the bottom is in, huh? It's kind of feeling like it, huh?
What are you, stupid?
Maybe. Humanity tokens oversold on the week, 62%, and then we have nothing else. Not a single other asset now, guys. Is now 50%, 15% or lower. On the monthly, we're looking for 30s, guys. I mean, we just rolled this over. We were just here. There was like 20 coins that were oversold here on the weekly, and about 20 coins that were pretty much oversold on the, I would say there's probably 30 coins that were oversold on the weekly, and 20 coins that were oversold here on the monthly. And now we're only looking at a handful. We got Arbitrum, Aptos, Bitcoin Cash, Uniswap, Avalanche, Sui, big one still for Sui, 38.5%, with Arbitrum and Sui taking the lead with Bitcoin Cash, most oversold. All right, now ADA, 36%, Aave, there's still plenty of pain here. You got to be looking at the monthly. It's a weird one. Usually you see all the pain, of course, pile up on the weekly and not the monthly. All right, and of course, so we have some runners up like BitTensor, 29%. Solana down 28%. A lot of greats still oversold. If you take a look at the monthly right now on the top 100, this is where you're going to be looking for the blood right now. And all right, let's take a look and see what's going on. The top 200% in the same fashion. The biggest movers today are XPL up 35%. That's Plasma. It's been a minute since you've seen Plasma move. Sky AI is still as volatile as ever, continuing another 33% pump today. UB's up 16%, and Bill's up 12%. Those are the biggest movers today. Gyro down 6%. Home is down 13%, and Siren. I don't know why that thing's still in the top 200. Who's still trading this damn thing? Who's playing with this? Stupid. 15% down on Siren. All right. Looking at the weekly, guys. The weekly, of course, oversold now. Again, there's not that many. Everything is coming back quick. Gwei is now up 75% on the month, the week, guys. Again, we were trading that starting last week and making money on it. It still continues to rip on the weekly. Looking at UB up 26%. Sky AI, of course, are leading the way. But the only movers we have the downside in any fashion that are oversold here on the weekly are just Home, Siren, and FF as a runner-up. I mean, that's it. There's only 3 coins that are oversold right now on the weekly on the top 200. Where is the pain? Where is the pain? Give me some more pain, damn it. I need more blood. Give me some. I ain't seeing nothing. Looking at the monthly again. The monthly is where you're going to be seeing all the pain still. And you see pretty much almost every coin now oversold. At least 30% here on the top 200. This is where you're going to be looking. It's a really weird in-between moment. We rarely ever see this happen. Feels like kind of a bottom is in. Yeah, I mean, it's almost every coin, guys, on the top 200 right now. Oversold 30% or more. Oversold 30%. I can't even name them all. There's too many. It's like every fucking coin. It's easier to name the ones that are not. All right, guys. So, of course, throw a dart, hit one of your favorite coins, and you probably are going to make some good money in the bear. I will see you guys, next time with this segment, and hopefully there'll be more pain. But it's probably getting really close to the bottom, guys. Again, that market cap doesn't make sense. Much lower from where we are now. Just my financial advice, not financial advice. Not financial advice, just, of course, my 2 cents. Let's get back over to traditional markets and see what's going on over here with Doomberg. We're talking about still the SpaceX launch.
As Tesla retail shareholders have done, 20% might be lower than people maybe thought. There was reports of 30%. That hasn't happened in the end. How they play the open market, very interesting.
You stared down the barrel and talked to Wall Street directly. Talked to Sand Hill Road as well. Andreessen Horowitz, Sequoia, Founders Fund. All of these folks stand to make a lot of money here as well. How are they thinking about this day and what it means for VC investment going forward?
You know, for the LPs of those venture firms, funds, they'll be delighted. In Andreessen Horowitz's case, this will be the biggest return in the company's history. It's actually the second most capital they've deployed. They put more into Databricks. Founders Fund is going to come up with...
All right. All the money's sloshing around. We get it. Bitcoin's still holding 63,000 some change. Still has not, of course, broken that yet this morning. Let's get back in the chat, catch up with you guys. Don't forget to like, guys. We had 21 watching. No, only 12 likes. Only 12 likes. Los. 100%, man. 100%. Thank you so much. I love the mute taku, says EZ. Oh, no. No more mute. No more mute. I was teasing with the hands. All right. Let's see what's going on. Hopefully I wasn't muted. Hopefully. I don't know, man. I'm paranoid now. It seems to be happening more and more often lately. All right. SpaceX IPO continues. Let's see what else we can dig up today in the news, guys. Let's take a look at Yahoo Finance. SpaceX counts down to NASDAQ debut, record $75 billion IPO. Big Tesla starting SpaceX set to hit 1.8 trillion in market cap today. And we still don't have the tickers moving on TradingView. Still no data. It's gotta be live somewhere. Let's see. SpaceX. Should have the ticker showing me the ticker somewhere. Jeez. Maybe you can't. I don't know. I've never really paid attention too much to the stock markets in this particular event. Let me know in the chat if there's anywhere you can really look at the SpaceX chart. I mean, it's got to be visible somewhere. People have to, of course, keep an eye on their investment. SpaceX company, there it is. I think here. It's $608 a share, up 20 points, 3.5% so far since the launch. If that's just true, I don't see a single candle. I don't see nothing. Volume's not available at this time. Trust me, bro. Trust me. It goes live at 10 a.m. Says Robbie Scott in the house. Thank you so much, Robbie. This is IDK, man. I'm a crypto bro. We usually just see them. As soon as they launch, we see the coins. All right. Let's get back over here. I guess we'll check back over there in about 10 minutes. Of course, that's going to go live. Let's see if there's anything happening with crypto news. I wish I really could get Kramer on here. Go back and forth with CNBC, but this thing is so jank. Wants to work when it wants to.
They're based on that
and this is from like
vision.
It's just
20 minutes
Chinese
ago.
Or something. If you get in on the deal, I would not.
Tesla leader in robotics and a lot of the valuation of the company.
I wish they would just stream live for free like Bloomberg does. All right. Let's get back over to crypto news. Andy's coming with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Andy.
Give me money. Money now. Me money.
Oh boy, guys, it's Happy Friday. It's Friday, and you know what that means. You're not bullish.
If you were bullish before, now you can take your bullishness, times it by 10, multiply it by another 25, add 2, and then times it by 1 billion, and you're still only half as bullish as you should be.
Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up.
Oh my god. Well, thank you so much again for that, Dandy. That $10 super chat link to Happy Friday. Bump it up. You gotta bump it up. Oh my god. All right, guys. Anything else happening in the news we can dig up? SpaceX IPO live. Elon Musk, Gwen Shotwell ring the opening bell in New York and Texas continues, of course, to be the main topic on the stage today. Reasonable Rocket Company said the following: the Securities and Exchange Commission Thursday. I think we read pretty much. So this is just an update to the one we already read this morning. All right. SP 500's little change as traders are waiting for that Iran SpaceX deal, etc., etc. How's the stock market doing this morning, anyway? 73, 73, 7373. That's a weird coincidence. Okay, jump over there in the market. Yeah, so we're hitting a little bit of resistance right now. I'm trying to get above 73.7. Again, the highest so far in the SP 500 was 7600. Gold seeing a little bit of a resurgence today too. Looks like everything is coming up a little bit. Gold and silver right now sitting at a little bit of a bull flag at support, or I guess resistance. Yeah, another bout of resistance. And that's pretty much all the all the things. Total market cap right now. Let's take a look and see what's going on with crypto market cap. Total market cap for all the shitcoins right now still under $1 trillion, $878 billion. A little bit keeping the trend going. Let's see if that can get squeezed up, and we see a lot more money coming back into crypto. Let's go back over to crypto market cap. See what the market cap is. Hopefully 2.2 today. No, 2.16. We're about $10 billion lower than we started the morning at so far. A little bit more FOMO getting pushed into possibly SpaceX here in about 5 minutes, according to Robbie Scott. SpaceX won't start trading for another 5 minutes. All right, let's get back over to Doomberg. I'm sure they're going to be covering this as it continues.
It's going to be the standard going forward for these big IPOs, whether it's OpenAI or Anthropic next. And it's not unheard of. If you look at Tesla, there are over 20 single stock specific Tesla related ETFs, whether that's covered call to generate income or these leveraged products that are doing 2x long or 2x down. We even have some 3x filings. Our personal view is these things aren't going to launch. The SEC will not allow them to launch, but it hasn't stopped issuers from trying.
Briefly, James, do all of these at some point go to zero?
It's certainly possible they could go to zero or near zero. You got to remember these things are very path dependent because of the way that they're set up to operate. They go up.
All right. Yes. Andy says Super Chat Friday. Easy, of course. Shouting out to Andy. The guy's a whale. Literally, he's literally a whale. Yes, of course. Andy in the chat. Jeez. Thanks again, Andy, for dropping on by. We got to catch up this weekend, my friend. We got to catch up. I'm curious to see how big your AI bag is now, because I wonder if you have exceeded mine even. I've been stacking forever. All right, let's get back into it. They have a couple more. See, I'm really not feeling any of these analysts they have pulled up next. Man, really wish we can get into frickin' CNBC. Let's go over to doom scrolling this morning. See what the crypto Twitter's got for us. Again, we have about 3 or 4 minutes until SpaceX again officially starts trading. Trump cancels strikes, claiming for the 39th time that a deal is near. 39th time.
We have major points of agreement. They want to make a deal. And we are very willing to make a deal. Well, I think we're going to end it. I can't tell you for sure when they want to make a deal so badly. You have no idea how badly they want to make a deal. They want to make a deal so badly. I do see a deal in Iran. We were very close to a deal. I think it's close to over, yeah. I view it as very close to over. It's looking very good that we're going to make a deal with Iran, and it's going to be a good deal. This process should go very.
Look how long he's held the market up for, guys. He's really, the whole market is on the back of this man.
Quickly, we're going to end that war very quickly. They want to make a deal so badly. We think we're close to a deal, and that's okay. We're in the final throes of what will be a very, very good deal.
Today makes 39 times that he has said something like that.
We have.
That's coming from a CNN piece. That's awesome. I love it. I haven't sold on Saturday. I sold a single sat, says Sailor. Strategy is still stacking. Oh, jeez. Sailor came out and said that on the SpaceX, of course, launched today. Looks like 5 hours ago. Banks lobbied hard to kill the Clarity Act. They argued stablecoins would drain deposits. Congress watched them argue. See if you can find anything else that's relevant to today. I'm just kind of scrolling through a little bit this morning. So this is older. Don't we have the latest here? I guess. I guess is the latest. Not finding anything that's like within the last few hours. SpaceX, just in Iran, U.S. critics are saying that it's very convenient that the U.S.-Iran war ended the day before the SpaceX IPO. What a coincidence! Perfect timing. Yeah, exactly. We're so close to a deal. Big banks to bank President Trump. Of course, it's coming from Cynthia Lamas. BRICS News. Iranian and U.S. State media confirms deal with U.S. and says it includes lifting sanctions, withdrawing U.S. military from Iran, and ending the naval blockade. So Iranian state media is confirmed by BRICS News. Usually I trust BRICS News, so we'll see if that holds true. Again, you heard it here first from BRICS News, confirming a deal with the U.S., saying that, of course, happening soon. I thought that would be bullish if true. All right, guys, let's get back over to TradFi. Again, they start trading in about 1 minute for SpaceX. Bitcoin's still holding 63,000. Very proud of Bitcoin this morning, holding. Again, this could be the largest liquidity event ever. Let's see. Going back to the Doomberg. And they want to miss this, man. 1 more minute. 1 more minute. You got 1 minute. And they're still on break. Okay, let's sit back in the chat real quick while we wait. Retail trading starts at 11:30 through though. Oh, for SpaceX. What? Wait. What time zone are you in, Robbie Scott? I do everything in Eastern Standard Time. I'm not sure what you're referring to. If it's not now or then or later. My original assumption for how this day was going to go was we were going to just get kind of volatile today and then start winding down next week. Like, you can't have an IPO launch on a Friday and that be the end of the entire narrative. Like, we have to have another week of trading, at least the first week, a real week of trading. So I think this is going to be, of course, in the spotlight for a bit of time. All right, so yeah, they're coming back in about 4 minutes. Yeah. I don't know. It depends on the timeline there, Robbie, for the overall. I live in New Linux of South Chicago. I'm assuming all times at Eastern Standard Times. Yeah, that's usually how it goes, at least for what I'm reading on Google. Yeah, usually, of course, everything runs in Eastern Standard Time with the stock market. Let's see. When does SpaceX first start trading in EST? 63,300 on Bitcoin. Time. Silly AI algorithm from DuckDuckGo. 9:30 a.m. So it should have already started. According to this, has not been specified yet, but the Nasdaq typically opens at 9:30 a.m. So we still don't have the exact time. That doesn't make any sense. And this is May 20th, like when the official filing was. This is so confused. This AI is so confused. Let me go ask another algorithm. Let me see if I can pull up, I don't know, ChatGPT or Grok. I guess Grok would be more fun. Oh, the Grok. We asked the Grok. Will the real Grok please stand up? Righty. We're throwing this up here. SpaceX started trading today, blah, 9:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it should have already started, I guess, now. Price are set to around 9:50 a.m. Ringing the opening bell. Actual first trades often start shortly after that for IPOs. So I guess maybe you're right on that first call, 10 a.m. Because we should have the number up, and then they should go forth. I don't know. This is the first real big one I've ever even participated in. I'm a crypto guy, guys. I'm not no stock trader. Stonks. Futures has SpaceX up to around $160, $170. Didn't we just see something that showed like $600? I don't know what the hell's going on, guys. I can't. Oh man. All I know is that ZBAC's going to $1 according to Martin Lucas last year.
Event in France, and
remember this, guys? Remember this?
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. Say back to $1, let it be. there's still a chance that they will see. Say back to $1.
Say back to $1.
Let it be.
Oh, geez, I love it. I love it. Just a little bit of trolling this morning. Just a little bit. We're just still waiting for, of course, SpaceX to start trading. So Bitcoin's still going sideways. 63.3, 63.3. We've been stuck now. Look at this beautiful sideways action on the 15-minute. Everyone's in very good behavior. Ridiculous. This since the beginning of yesterday afternoon. We came up here around 1 o'clock after intraday trading. We have not come down at all. I cannot believe that sideways chop in like perfect succession from 1 o'clock Eastern yesterday until the foreign market opened pretty much, or the foreign market close. Yeah, the 3 o'clock rollover at the foreign market close. Yeah, perfect. Pullback too. And again, guys, if you didn't catch, of course, the previous live stream we did, we called for baseline bear. Right, of course, right down the center as per usual. I didn't get to update you guys with that yesterday because I missed my live stream. I was selling lamps, arcade joysticks, and what else did I sell yesterday? So much shit. Pokemon cards. I sold more Pokemon cards, and I sold more. The whole day was just filled with meeting people. Oh yeah, vacuum cleaner. I guess shampoo or whatever. I gotta sell my vacuum still. All right, so much stuff, guys. So much stuff. Like, of course, I'm selling everything I own to facilitate a move to Asia by the end of the year. That's what I'm doing. All right. So yeah, right now still holding around 63,200. Let's get back over to the market, see what's going on with Brad5. Come on, what the hell? Come on.
It's important people down there in the world of energy. Especially as the president says that there might be some kind of peace deal announced this weekend. So that would have huge implications for the price of oil and all those energy companies. Yeah, we'll check in with Chris Wright, Energy Secretary, and Anne-Marie.
I don't believe it. We'll ask you guys a poll tonight and see if you guys believe it. Right now, the poll is as such. What will happen today? SpaceX rug pull of all time here in about 10 minutes. Here in about now. We're about now. And Elon Musk becomes the first trillionaire. 15% of you guys say that. Bitcoin will recover to at least 65K today. 23% of you guys say that. And Bitcoin will dump to 55K. 38% of you guys. What?
Stupid?
What? You guys are so bearish, man. Why so bearish? You guys really think we're going to see an extended amount of FOMO to push Bitcoin down that far? Wow. I was expecting maybe more of you guys on the first one. Biggest rug pull of all time. Maybe next week. That could happen possibly next week. I think this one's going to be probably a little more positive, a little more hopeful on the first day of trading for SpaceX. Let's see.
Determine whether Musk becomes the world's first trillionaire and will also affect the prospects for initial public offerings from SpaceX's AI rivals, Anthropic and OpenAI. We have that moving the markets this morning, as well as this deal, no deal that could reopen the Strait of Hormuz potentially around next week's G7 meeting. Let's see how the markets are reacting. The S&P right now is up 0.2%. The Dow is up 0.3 or 190 points. The Nasdaq right now is down ever so slightly by about 15 points. The Bloomberg Dollar Spot Index is flat at 1206.71. The 2-year yield is up 3 basis points. The 10-year up 3 as well.
Bitcoin's doing okay. They won't mention it, but yeah, Bitcoin's doing okay. 63,500 almost. Let's take a look back at overall market cap. Still hanging in the balance there, but 2.16 trillion. Again, just hanging on the edge, guys. Again, we hit the newest low we've ever seen on the market cap this year. Right, at 2.05 trillion, just at the tail end of last week. We've been slowly grinding this up again, right around the same exact market cap we were on the first bounce back in February. So yeah, we're still waiting to see how this whole thing plays out. For crypto, all right, I'll take a look real quick while we're over here at Tether. How much money is still sitting in Tether's market cap right now? So near all-time highs, but a little less. You can definitely see there's about $3 billion off from the highs on the market cap of Tether. You see that roll over there, but $189 billion, almost 190. I think I got to almost 189.9 on the overall market cap of Twitter. Tether before, of course, rolling over a little bit. Some of that, of course, coming off of FOMO, people taking their money out of crypto and throwing it into this IPO. Yeah, so it's Tether, USDC. I'm assuming you're going to see a similar thing as well. I think it was like 80. It was like in the high 80s. Yeah, about 80. Yeah, 79. Almost an $80 billion market cap before, of course, this event occurred. So you can definitely start to see some of it is just leaving in general for this IPO launch. Let's get back in the chat, catch up with you guys. Yeah, any minute now, we should start to see trading for this. I should start to see some information on TradingView, right? Some. I don't know how this all works, guys. I'm a crypto trader, not a stonks, man. Let me get back in the chat with you guys. What are we doing? Looks like bought a cheeky dip on AI, says Andy. Really? Nice. Did we get a dip on AI? Take a look and see where AI is doing. Right now sitting at 2.7. Yeah, we saw a little bit of a pullback. Again, the highs we saw yesterday was about 2.9, right? We got close to 2.9. Yeah, close to my target again. About 3 was, of course, the range high. I think we were going to break out yesterday. Again, we're still on trend, but not by much. We could, of course, lose that today and come back down and hopefully test the lows of 216. I would love to see that and buy some more down here. That's been my idea for a minute, right? We come back down, test the lows and a new low. Then we see a new shot up, back up. And we've done this so many times. Today's the day to do it, too. The pullback, though, is probably not going to happen. Not today. It's going to probably take, again, another 2 weeks for that to happen. Of course, if you're trading this, I'm not going to get too far into the weeds here. But yeah, this moves, of course, every 2 weeks. Very possible for a breakout today if we have capital rotating out of everything else and going back into some fun stuff like this. Maybe in the Korean Open on Monday. Maybe we'll finally start to break this pattern that's, of course, been plaguing AI for the last 6 weeks, doing the exact same thing over and over and over again. Again, it doesn't, of course, repeat, but it does rhyme. All right, getting back, we're starting to break down to the very bottom of this descending pattern. More than likely, we're going to see a squeeze before the very, very end. That could happen in the next 24, 48 hours, 72 IDK. All right, let's continue. Barbie Scott says, I live in, okay, I think I read that one earlier. Maximus Diamond Hand says, futures of SpaceX up around $160, $170. Crypto Junkie Michael says, of course, futures will be trading 160, so that retail that gets in, they don't get in at 135. Of course, that makes perfect sense. Delphi is what holds up AI, in my opinion. It will compete with Kalshi and the poly market in the future. Okay. All right, again, most of you guys saying that we're going to see more than likely scenario today, Bitcoin will dump to 55K. Really? I still can't believe you guys are voting for that. It's crazy. I was expecting majority of you guys to go to like the first two and pretty much ignore Bitcoin, as the market will probably ignore Bitcoin today. Once it's over, said and done with. Or maybe, the smart investors, the VCs, will just throw all their money into Bitcoin while it's down these levels and everyone's ignoring it for SpaceX. You just never know. All right. Okay, let's get back into TradFi, see what they're talking about as we await retail trading soon.
And is this a real inflection point? Only because the president has said about 40 times since this conference
U.S. Energy
started,
Secretary talks to the global markets.
And then a peace deal never happened.
Iran says things that they'll agree to things that work for us, and then they don't. And of course, look, the regime is fragmented. There's different power sources there, so it's a complex situation. And he's a negotiator too, right? So you've got to understand the communications share information. They also share messaging. But the one piece.
All right, I'm assuming this is live right now. I don't know, guys.
Iran has been to interrupt the flows of energy flowing out of the Persian Gulf. Right, we had 20 million barrels a day, round numbers, flowing out before the conflict started through the East-West pipeline and the UAE pipeline. Close to 5 million barrels of that has been diverted. We've got information.
Yeah, the energy is basically came to a standstill. We know. Let's get back over to Kramer and friends. Maybe we can actually see a snippet here.
$6 trillion is almost $50,000 per.
Yeah, it's just so jank, guys. Doesn't want to work anymore. It hurts my heart, man. It breaks my heart. All right, I have to find
adult
another
male
option.
in America. So that's so much wealth creation that the normal person, the everyday investor, is going to miss out on. And the private markets are going to continue to mature. So we need to create ways for the everyday investor, the retail investor, to access the private markets. That's what we do, and that's what we've done.
Okay, yeah, it's just so
done. And I think that SpaceX IPO is sort of proof positive that you have to build in the private markets and then sell or exit into the public markets. And if Elon Musk is going to build in the private markets, probably everybody else will too.
Okay, all right, let's get back into some crypto news. It's about that time anyway. We're actually 15 minutes late. Let's get into what's going on today. Here's what happened in crypto today. As of 1 hour ago, a quick little update from Cointelegraph. Crypto scammers exploit the World Cup ticket demand. TRM warns that crypto scammers are targeting the World Cup fans through a fake ticketing site, fixed match betting schemes, and event-themed crypto promotions. Looks like that's pretty much just kind of worldwide. SEC plans to scrap order rules, a boon of tokenized U.S. stocks. U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission proposal on Thursday rescind rules around the order protections and price quotes that could remove a major legal barrier for tokenized U.S. stocks, says Galaxy Digital head of research Alec Thorne. SEC plans to scrap the rules in its national market system regulations and banning trade through throughs, where stocks order an exchange on one exchange can't be worse it can't be for a worse price than on another, and another banning exchanges from displaying a bid at the same or higher price than what is available elsewhere. Thorne said the proposal is one of the biggest unlocks yet for the tokenized stocks, as it would remove one of the biggest structural barriers to tokenized U.S. equities trading and DeFi. He added it would allow crypto automated markets (AMM) as current rules. It would commit trade through constantly and arguably be an illegal trading center. Okay. All right. This is just a TradFi story, but this is also one of the biggest unlocks for tokenized stocks. This is Alex Storm. Okay, so I guess we should have a market that's at the same heartbeat. That's my takeaway from it. U.S. lawmakers seek a coordinated federal response to crypto theft and scams. More scams, more hacks. Pretty much, yeah. Your update there. Bitcoin miner capitulation comes as trader sees 2026 bear market bottom. More people, of course, predicting that we're at the bottom. Yeah. Metaplanet to form securities armed through Cybo acquisition. SE plan to scrap rule 611. Positive for tokenized U.S. stocks. That's pretty much what we covered in that catch up. LG Arbitrum launched blockchain bid in $679 billion ad market. Whoa. Coinbase launches tool letting AI agents make payments and trade crypto on their platform. Avalanche Treasury falls 16% as it debuts on the NASDAQ. They just had their futures launch with SWE, like on the same day together. I was like right around when the clarity was passing the committee. All right, that was what 3-4 weeks ago. What else is going on? They didn't really see much of a resurgence from that either. I think that pretty much catches us up on crypto on Cointelegraph. Let's double check a little bit more news over here on cryptonews.net. SpaceX stock is coming to Solana on the same day it lists on the NASDAQ. Again, Hyperliquid and a bunch of others are picking it up as well. XRP price rally tests $1.20. Oh my god, it's back to $1.20. All hail the Buddha and the XRP gods. Jeez. $1.13. What are they talking about, man? They didn't even get back to $1.15 yet. Okay, Hopium. That's what they're talking about, Hopium. Okay, Zcash, Ironwood, latest Golden Cross may face immediate tests. A bunch of course, more Hopium and FUD for the most part in these headlines. No real news I see here. Okay. I think we're all caught up. Let's get back over here to, some more Doomberg, see what's going on. Bitcoin's still holding 63.3 this morning on the SpaceX launch. This morning, it's almost 10:20 Eastern Standard Time. How are you guys doing in the chat? Let's see. Michael X says Delphi is the Jensen AI prediction market. It allows us to put a pull-up and portion of the fees. Another portion of the fee gets back to the ecosystem. We see the portion of the fees. Users are to implement bet on outcomes like Couchy, but it's Delphi. I hope it's they take it seriously because I love the idea. All transactions are on the blockchain. No more rigging. Yeah, no more rigging. They are burned also so deflationary. Yeah, I would love to see the SEC really push into that as well. And again, we have fair trading on every platform. And there isn't like a huge arbitrage like we've seen in the before in the past. You're always going to have that with currencies though, right? With trading pairs, etc. All right, so there's nothing we can do to stop that. There's always going to be a winner and a loser with paper fiat nonsense. All right, let's see what's going on. 63.3 still on Bitcoin, and TradFi will get back over there.
People would say, well, we shouldn't care. That's a blue state.
Still covering U.S. Secretary
340 million
of Energy
in every state across the country. So the Jones Act waiver has been enormously helpful for California and the West Coast, the Northeast coast of the United States as well. So it's allowing the free flow of that traffic. We turned back on a platform producing 50,000 barrels a day offshore California. Wells are already there. Infrastructure is already there. It grew California oil production by 20%. That's a big deal. That's a meaningful amount of flows, and it sends a message that this administration is going to help the flow of energy around the world. People are surprised that oil prices throughout all this have not gone to the extreme levels many expected.
Isn't also because China is cutting some of their imports? Was there a conversation between the Chinese and the White House about this?
Yeah, there's a lot of conversations between the White House and the Chinese, and I won't.
Yeah. Obviously, China is also a very big partner of Iran, a big, of course, proponent of BRICS. Speaking of BRICS, if you guys didn't see earlier, BRICS News officially came out and said the Iranian state media confirms the deal with the U.S. and says it includes lifting sanctions, withdrawing U.S. military from Iran, and ending the naval blockade. So we are getting at least a little bit of back and forth. It is really happening. Something's really happening. Time frame, we don't know. It's also could be just thrown to the wolves anyway later. Let's see what else is going on. Anything else breaking here on crypto Twitter? Pretty much the same thing we covered earlier. There's nothing really updating here today, guys. Senator Scott says digital assets are part of the future of finance. Crypto is no longer a fringe conversation. It still pinch me, bro, every time I see people talking like this out there. Breaking Trump's blast leaked Iranian deal terms as of 33 minutes ago. Says the U.S.-Iran is dealing with very dishonorable people who better get their act together. This is his True Social post. The terms that are that Iran leaked out to the fake news have nothing to do with the terms that we agreed to in writing. That said, including their weak and pathetic statement on having a deal bears no relation to the truth. Very dishonorable people to deal with. With them, there's no such thing as dealing with good faith. Amazing. Also, their totally rebuffed drone attack last night against Indian ships leaving the Strait of Hormuz is totally unacceptable. They better get their act together and fast. This is just whiplash. It's like there's no diplomacy here. Nothing is happening. It's all just smoke and mirrors and nonsense. Every time I read this crap, it's so stupid. All right. Let's get back over to TradFi. They're still, of course, interviewing, the U.S. Secretary of Energy.
Factories or new manufacturing plants or oil and gas or coal or electricity of any kinds. We want to see America thrive. We want to see energy production increase. We want to see prices to consumers go down. We want to see competitiveness to do business in the United States grow. Higher wages, lower costs.
But there is a concern that potentially if we're running low on inventories and say we don't get a peace deal this weekend and we're back to potentially strikes or this lingers, the president in a recent interview said it could be closed until September. Then what happens if we get higher gasoline prices in America, closer to $5 a gallon?
Look, we've done everything we can since the day it started to both fix the existential problem. A nuclear-armed Iran becomes a much larger threat to energy supplies, to peace, to commerce. That people just don't appreciate how critical that issue is. So to solve that fundamental problem, it's coming at disruptions, it's coming at some costs. I think the Trump administration has managed them fabulously well. I think we'll continue to do that. We may use different levers going forward, but we will do everything we can to get through, to achieve the fundamental objective that we will not fail on.
So what kind of levers? There were rumors months ago about an export ban. I know you said that's not happening. That will never happen.
All right. We're still, of course, listening in on U.S. Secretary of Energy being, of course, questioned by Doomberg. SpaceX still, how do we not know the exact time on trading for retail on the first day? I don't understand how this works, guys. It makes no fucking sense whatsoever. How nobody knows the exact time. Like, it's just so stupid. But typically trading starts at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but the exact time on the first trade is not specified. Like, this is just a big scam, man. The whole thing is just, I hate how this system works. There's no free market anymore. All right, let's see what's going on. What else is happening with crypto land? Let's take a look right now on Bubbles, get an update and see what's going on over here. Looks like on the daily, we still have everything up about 2.6% in the top 100 on average, to 1.7% on the top 200. Some big, of course, movers today are still Sky AI, XPL, and Piverse. Velvet down a little bit this morning, but still up 90% on a single day. Trump coin still ripping as well, 18.5% and holding on Trump coin. Some other big movers today. XMR is up 7.2%. Again, Monero, Humanity coins up 11, Render 5, Doge 4. Doge. That's usually a good sign, guys. Bitcoin, of course, holding 63.5 at the present moment. Still in a really, really tight range. Tight. You guys know.
Go. Tight. Yeah.
It's been a while since I played that one. Is the money coming back in? Soon? This soon? I think it's too soon, but I don't know when trading begins, so there's no way to even figure out the time frame how this is going to go. I'd say probably by early next week, or maybe mid to late next week, we could start to see some of the liquidity come back into crypto in a bigger way. Again, some of the VCs are going to just want to buy this dip up. Ethereum right now sitting at 16.67. Again, just holding in this range here. It's looking exactly like a Bitcoin. And every other chart in crypto right now, everything is pretty much on hold right now for SpaceX. Again, I'm only really paying attention to the charts right now that are doing something different. And even AI is doing the exact damn thing. Even AI. Looks like XCN is kind of, it's doing the same thing too, yeah. Yeah, it's still chopping down there. What about Sui? Sui's been doing a little bit different lately too. Take a look and see what's going on with Sui. Where is that at? Up until yesterday, maybe. Yeah, it's still doing the same thing as Bitcoin. Still chopping, and hopefully not breaking the support like everything else. I'm bored, guys. All the charts are doing the exact same thing this morning. Let me know in the chat if there's a chart you really like today that's doing something different. All right. Alora says Michael in the chat. Let's take a look and see what's going on with Alora. As SpaceX is still not trading. Okay. How about Pith? Pith has been doing something different. We talked about that on my Patreon live on Wednesday. We bought a little bit into Pith. I sold the big meat of the move of that yesterday. I'm not sitting on anything right now. I'm taking my monies. I think I was up like 15%. I just sold it. Right now, I think since the lows we got into, maybe 20% still holding. Yeah, not too bad. Still on the Pith. I'm going to get rid of that real quick and just throw that on there for Alora. Let's see. This one. How many Aloras are they? These are stocks. We're going to talk about crypto. There we go. This makes more sense. On OKX. Sideways chop. I mean, that's a nice shelf. It's a nice staircase. I do like that. But can she hold if crypto doesn't hold it'll all come crumbling down. But I mean, right now, as of right now, it's kind of like everything else too, right? Kind of like everything else too. It's all really dependent on what Bitcoin's going to do next. All right. But I do like that form. I mean, that is a pretty nice chart. If we do see, of course, crypto and roughly Bitcoin and the crypto market recover from here. Yeah, I mean, you're looking at possibly retesting 55 cents and then a breakout. Let's see where a breakout would take you. On a squeeze out, and it would happen roughly around there too, around the 2/3 of the way past that. So yeah, I'd be looking at like maybe 75 cents for a breakout from here if the crypto market goes the way you want it to. I wouldn't be probably in that trade that long. But yeah, you are looking at from right now to the next level of resistance about 15%, and then the big May the move to retest that previous all-time high would be about 37%. And then, of course, the parabolic or breakout that you're looking at like 50, 60, 70, potentially on Allura. Yeah, if it goes the right way. Yeah, it's a pretty good setup. All right, let's get back in here. Michael says in the chat, I had my moon bag riding until $3. $3. Crazy. I guess we could take a quick little brief on what's going on with the overall market cap of this. The coin right now sitting at a $12 million volume. Where's the market cap? Why is it not showing me the market cap on all these coins? Sometimes some and some not the other. I have to look at it a little deeper to see if that's realistic. Allura. Overall market cap right now is sitting at $117 million market cap. Down about 30% from its all-time high. And what would the market cap look like at a $3 Allura? Let's see. Allura, while we're waiting for the first trade in the SpaceX IPO, we don't even know when it's going to happen. Looks like a $700 million market cap, so you're getting close to a $1 billion market cap. Yeah, I mean, if this coin has staying power, it's not unrealistic. I don't know exactly what this coin is doing. I guess the most important thing to look at next. What is this coin going to do for the? What is it going to offer the rest of the market that it doesn't already have? Okay, the market cap is The market cap's actually 80 million. Okay. What is Allura? Come on. Stop sticking. What the hell? Allura is an open intelligence platform designed to make artificial intelligence systems more adaptive, collaborative, and efficient. The network enables the users and developers to contribute to a collective layer of intelligence where multiple AI models are combined, compared, and refined in real time. Launched in 2024, Allura has developed a team of engineers and researchers to experience large-scale blockchain AI infrastructure, including contributors to projects such as Chainlinks, Layer 0, Consensus, and more. Protocol operates at an intelligence layer that coordinates its outputs as many other different AI models and produce a single optimized result. Our structure allows the models to compete and cooperate into a decentralized network, continuously improving as more participants contribute data, insights, or more model inputs. All right, so it's either way, it's AI infrastructure. We've seen a lot of plays, of course, in AI infrastructure. A lot of the coins that we're investing into right now is still AI infrastructure. It is a very, very, of course, crowded market. This is the website here. It's an Ethereum contract. They have some of their trusted big names here, guys. Big names here too. AWS, of course, being one of the biggest ones. Amazon Web Services, and of course Alibaba is no thing to ignore either. All right. So yeah, possibly $1 billion market cap is in its future. You're looking at more closer to like maybe $4 then, maybe 3.5, something like that. If it does hit that $1 billion threshold, it's possible, but it has to be chosen as one of the winners, of course. All right, let's move on, guys. We have I've used enough time over here on this particular project. We got to get back into TradFi and see if they're talking about anything else, of course, pertaining to the IPO. They're not. We're talking about the U.S. energy, of course, from talking to the U.S. Energy Secretary.
Enormous. And the other thing, put in context, wind power, think of how much money has been spent on that. It's 1.5% of global energy. And everywhere it's got deep penetration. You know, Germany, Denmark, United Kingdom, most expensive electricity prices in the world. Does President Trump want to have the most expensive electricity prices in the world? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And the people look at this stuff wrong. They think of electricity like gasoline or oil, where you can store it and sort of use it, because it doesn't work that way. So we look at the data. Oh my gosh, if you add up wind and solar last year, you know, they were 16 or 17% of electricity. They're meaningful for American electrons. Why don't we get more of those electrons on the grid? That's not the way to think about electricity. Electricity is all about what's the most efficient way to deliver at peak demand time. When we had that.
All right. I just can't listen to all this, babble. Let's get back over to, crypto news. I don't know what else to do, guys. There's nothing else really happening. We don't know the exact time when SpaceX is actually going to be starting trading. Bitcoin doesn't seem to really care. 63,600 right now, sitting on Bitcoin. Still in that tight range. Where's the Z-Big Big Bang partnership this week? Says Andy, more BS. No. More Z-Back to $1, Andy. More Z-Back to $1.
Let it be, let it be. Z-Back to $1, let it be. Let it be, let it
be. We gotta feed the the normies, man. We gotta feed the normies. Alright. How is Z-Back doing today? Anyway, let's take a look. Looks like 2.5 still. 2.025. Oof, that chart looks nasty. Looks like it wants to, of course, bleed out a little bit more. Damn. Sell-off continues after it did lose that range. Again, the last big event that really moved Z-Back was the XRP conference. I sold some more back here. Again, I have so much house on. So much house money is still involved. I don't really want to sell my position much more. But yeah. We can still come back down and touch the no-no zone. That'd be fun. We bounce off the no-no zone. We haven't been in that in a long time. That's, of course, the 10-10 sell-off. And, it took us a while to squeeze out of there. I remember back in the beginning of April. Overall, the structure's still holding overall. We did dip a little lower. Yeah, I don't like it. Well, hopefully crypto comes back and we'll do a little bit of this measure. This has been my idea, my major move, of course. So I guess it's pretty much still playing into that, right? This is the Clarity Act, of course, setup. Possibly sell the rumor, sell the news. Buy the rumor, sell the news event. Coming next for Clarity, if of course Clarity gets more momentum going into the month of July and August. And that's a setup to a penny, right? Not $1. Not $1.
Let it be. Z-Back
to $1.
To $1.
And of course, for that to happen, the market cap would have to be like, what, $100 billion or something stupid? Yeah. Not happening anytime soon. Alright, let's get back into crypto news. Anything happening with Dailycoin? Anything, of course, happening in crypto Twitter? Anything happening at all? Just really quiet before the storm. We still don't have trading yet live for SpaceX. My God. Anything happening? Anything. Give me anything! Just in, Elon Musk rings the opening bell. There's the clip here. It was a half an hour ago.
And that's what SpaceX is all about. It's to take the fiction out of science fiction and create an exciting, inspiring future for everyone. We want to be able to take anyone who wants to go to the moon, anyone who wants to go to Mars, or anywhere in the solar system, and maybe beyond the solar system at some point. We want to be able to take you there. Not just a few astronauts. I mean you, literally you. There are always problems on Earth. There are always things that we wish to be better, that we want to solve here on Earth, and we should solve them. But there also have to be things that get you excited about the future, that make you glad to wake up in the morning because you can't wait to see what happens next.
I tell you what, I want to see what happens next. Tornado just hit my town last night, and I haven't left the house yet. So I want to see what happened outside last night. You guys didn't hear that this morning.
And that's the future that SpaceX wants to bring to you.
All right. So I'm really surprised. Well, whoops. I'm really surprised. I wonder if SpaceX has something, or Bloomberg has something against Elon, because we didn't see that opening statement from Elon on Doomberg. That was actually brought to you by Fox Business. It might be time for us to get back to Fox Business and watching some of the coverage over there. We stopped covering that because it's too political, right? Got too political. U.S. government is sending Alameda funds to exchanges. Oh no! According to Arkham, the U.S. government has just moved nearly $1 million worth of funds seized years ago from FTX Alameda. The majority of this has been, of course, sent to the Coinbase Prime Exchange. Arkham says that he will be given the FTX estate to pay back its creditors. You know, times are tough when the U.S. government is dumping on you. Of course, Scam Bankman-Fried is still looking at possibly a pardon this year. SpaceX may be treating Bitcoin as a strategic reserve. Again, that's his old news. Old news. Tom Lee says SpaceX's IPO is too big, is a big test for the market. If trades work well, it reinforces the bull market. If it stumbles, bears will call it the top. The top. Let's take a look and see. Bitcoin's still holding 63.6 now. 63.6 now. As the bears, are out in full force today. Not holding it back too much, but still below 64K. Again, I asked you guys at the beginning of the morning, what do you think will happen? Will SpaceX rug pull of all time occur? 29% of you guys say that will happen. Will Elon Musk become the first trillionaire today? Only 14% of you guys said that. I could not believe it. It's almost a perfect setup. Bitcoin will recover to at least 65K. Guys, we're only at 1,500 away from that target. More realistic, actually, than anything else on this list, to be honest. And Bitcoin, will it dump to at least 55K, which is most of what you guys said. What is wrong with you?
What are you, stupid?
I don't know. It just seems like you guys are a little bit more doom-filled than you should be. Oh, jeez. I mean, that could still happen by the end of the month, but today? Not likely today. All right. Let's see what else Tom Lee had to say.
Does the market need SpaceX to trade well in its debut?
Yeah, I think it is important, Scott. We expect it to trade well because it's an important company, and the Elon Musk himself is an N of one person, but there's also a pretty good roadmap for why there's a future growth and a very big addressable market. If it trades poorly, I think it's going to give credence to a lot of the skeptics who say, well, the market's topping, and this marks the top. I'm kind of going to lean against that because I've been hearing a lot of folks declaring the top is in. So I'd say as a contrarian, because so many people think SpaceX marks the top, it's probably not the top.
That's a pretty good bet, because usually that's how it goes with psychology of the markets. Everyone thinks the same thing. It will not happen. Just like 100K back in 2021, just like 200K in 2025, and of course, just like the market being, of course, it's the top is in for 2026. All right. Let's get back over to TradFi. We still interviewing the Energy Secretary. Is that still going on?
Not making money.
No.
Well, this is not just SpaceX. This is a lot of technology companies that have very stretched valuations. And so
it just seems like nothing's really going to happen today, guys, to be honest. And I got way too much stuff to do to hang out here till 11:30. If that's when they're going to start actually trading. Robbie Scott kind of alluded us to that earlier. We could not confirm. Still, we cannot confirm that this is 11:30 Eastern Standard Time for SpaceX, of course, officially starting to trade, which is a really weird time frame. But that's what Robbie Scott says. If anyone, I would take his word for it over anyone right now in the chat. Because I am not a stocks trader, Robbie Scott, of course, has a lot of, you brought a lot of that financial knowledge to our stream here in the past. I definitely, of course, trust his word over mine, or my confusion over, of course, his word. I would definitely take his word. All right. Andy in the chat says more bullshit. XRP to 10K. Take 10K.
We're gonna win so much.
we're gonna flip that switch this week. What the hell? 67,000 for Bitcoin next week, says Andy. That's probably realistic. I would see by the end of the week, next week, probably sitting at, again, that 67, 68K. Possibly, we just got to flip 65 support, right? That's all we're waiting for. Again, going into next week, possibly as soon as Friday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's kind of the target, right? That's kind of the target right there. Again, it only takes about 2 weeks. Only takes about 2 weeks for us, of course, to, consolidate and build a new bottom. And then we do the thing like this, right? On the way out, we've watched it for you guys. I've showed it, I've explained it at, of course, length over the last 4 months. Yeah, over the past 4 months. For anyone, of course, new into crypto, it was a perfect time for you to, come in and see it in action, because I showed you how it would happen, how it would go. We followed it to a T, right? Yeah, this is 2 weeks of trading here, building that bottom level of support there, right around 50 or 63K. That was kind of the double bottom there. We, of course, came back up. We moved another leg higher. This was another 2 week of trading here, building support around 68K, 69, losing that for a little bit there, about a week. And then, of course, we came back up and ripped in April. Build another level of support, and then we lost it all again in May. Yeah, so this is the ebbs and flows of the market, how we do things. And yeah, again, if we do have the same measure move we had up here, the idea is that, of course, that we're going to fall down. This is the same exact target. We put it on top of here. It pretty much lines up, right? Pretty much lines up. It's a little skewed, a little bit overextended. The market, of course, is also taking this into consideration as well, that we've been building this up longer, and we had a longer pullback. We have been oversold. So this could be, of course, a bottom signal. And again, we're getting a little bit more, what's the word? Diminished. We're getting a little diminished. Every time we, of course, see a pullback, it's going to be probably a little bit more diminished. This is probably where we're going to land. And that's why, of course, I have this all the way down to possibly a low of 50K at the bottom of that measured move. And yeah, somewhere in the middle is more than likely. Jake might get his 55K, right? He's been hoping for that for many, many months now, about 8 months. Hopefully you get it, Jake. But I still have some of my doubts that we'll actually see that actual target. More than likely, we're somewhere here between the bottom, possible bottom at like 56, 57. Again, it's probably going to be somewhere around there if we do see a little bit more max pain. This Iran deal really could just kind of be a bottom signal as well if the markets continue to eat that all up. We just don't know, guys. Nobody knows where we're going. If they say they do, they're lying, but we're coming really close. We're getting really close here. This is our bear case scenario already playing out for a double bottom. And again, this has been my idea since the end of April. I've been saying we need a pullback. And of course, this is the worst case scenario of the pullback I had and originally, stated. All right, let's get back to you guys in the chat. How we doing? How we doing? We are quiet. We're quiet. All right, it might be a good time to probably call it then, guys, because I don't think we're going to get anything until maybe the afternoon. And this thing is just, this feels rigged. The whole thing feels freaking rigged to me.
That background, so maybe it could happen soon.
So it's interesting here. We know IPO market's really heating up, and it's really heating up between the New York Stock Exchange and
they don't even know when we're going to start trading.
What are the folks at NASDAQ saying? Because this will be the biggest IPO of all time. That's quite a feather in the cap for NASDAQ.
Exactly, and it's the first one to come out of the gate, out of the three big ones that we've been anticipating: SpaceX, OpenAI, and Anthropic. And what NASDAQ has really been doing is aggressively courting these mega IPOs. They want to get them here. And earlier this year, NASDAQ, we know, did...
All right. I'm over it. I'm going to take a break, guys. If anything happens, I will be back, right? If we start to see Bitcoin shoot up or down like 10K or something crazy, because we have, of course, seen these super bear, super bull moves in crazy, events like this. It's been a long time. It has been about 6 months since we've seen a huge move to the upside. And it's about 4 months since we saw a big move to the downside. Of course, these very, very volatile times. It's possible we do see a $10,000 candle. And I'm going to be here for it either way. So we start to see, of course, something start to break. I'll be back. But as of right now, guys, it's pretty much slow and steady. Bitcoin is holding 63,400. 300, of course, being respected here into the intraday trading. I got stuff to get done. I got things to sell. I got things to pack. I got things to move. I got to, of course, keep moving myself. I only got 2 weeks, guys. I got to get an entire house of stuff in a dumpster, into other people's hands, or in my car. So I will see you guys all again tonight, Eastern Standard Time, of course, 8 p.m. for another catch up of the market. If anything else happens breaking, I will be back again to cover it. I'm only, of course, a few rooms away from jumping back on. I got to figure out what happened to that tornado last night too, because it did hit my town right during my move. My car could be completely wiped off the parking lot. I don't know. I didn't look outside yet. All right, guys. I'll see you all again soon. Have a great day. This is the Crypto Otaku signing out. Later!
Fly me to the moon. Let me trade among the stars. Let me see what freedom's like without money and gold bars. Hold my key. Oh! Another. Let's make history. Oh! Do my world with more wrong and let me huddle forever more and more and more and more and more. I want more. Hollywood shop in the door. I should be.
I still can't get over this poll. I still can't get over this poll. 36% of you guys say we're going to 55K. Oh my god. I mean, I might eat those words later, but holy crap, guys. That's insane. That's insane. It was not my expectation this morning. All right, guys. Have a great day. I'll see you all again tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. Later, Crypto Otaku. Later. Fortune cookies, all things. I gotta figure out something to eat. I haven't eaten in a minute either. Later, guys. Peace.
Watch the cash burn, lead fade. A new world rises. We've made the trade. The robots are rising. ICE taking the crown. But we're the ones that won't back down.